Awesome. Hi guys, it's Eric.
And Adam.
And today is
McBaby Monday. McBaby Monday. It's McBaby Monday.
Yay! It's McBaby Monday!
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been in this setup in quite some time, so it's a little strange.
Well, and our daughters took over the McBaby Monday the past 2 weeks, so it's like...
Didn't even give us a say in it at all. They were just like, listen, this is what we're doing. It's happening.
Yeah.
So...
It's like, girls, we want to be involved. They were like, no, actually, you're fired.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We had to retake over this channel. They're sleeping and we didn't want to wake them up. So you get us today, but we will put some clips of the girls in. Of course, we can't do a McBaby Monday without the girls. But today we are going to talk about how we have changed in the past 3 months now that we're fathers. And we're going to kind of do a perspective on each other, and then we're going to personalize it of how we feel we have changed.
So for Eric, since becoming a father, he kind of just seamlessly went into father mode from the get-go. He has been absolutely fantastic with the girls and taking care of them. He's just very naturally paternal. That's just been more apparent and like seeing it in action for the past 3 months. I also feel like since becoming a father, Eric potentially has gotten slightly more irritated or irritable because of the less amount of sleep and the occasional ear-shattering cries from our perfect daughters, and then me just being my usual self, playing pop music and all that stuff, and continuing to dance around and be lolly holly jolly. I feel like Eric is just more annoyed. There's the two ends of the spectrum. He's been a absolute amazing father so far, and is a really, really natural caretaker. Yeah, he's just very, very good at that and seeing it in action. But on the other side of it, I think just the change in everything, and now the girls are our complete focus, that's kind of gotten him to be a little bit more irritated at everything.
I don't know what you're talking about. God. No,
do you agree?
We will find out when I say how I feel I have changed.
We have to wait, okay.
Adam, I believe, has not changed all that much.
Thank you.
He has not changed. I don't think being a parent has changed him at all. That's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, his paternal instincts definitely have kicked in. And he has become, I think, definitely more responsible with the girls. Not that he wasn't responsible in life prior to the girls. I just think his priorities have changed. And I think he definitely has more of a one-track mind as far as the girls go. Like, he definitely has put them before everything else, and he has prioritized them above everything else, which is awesome and amazing, and I think every parent should definitely do that. But I also think we should leave some room to prioritize other things, like, you know, yourself. So I just don't want him to lose himself in prioritizing the girls. If that makes sense. Other than that, he has not changed as far as like the way he lives his life, as far as dancing and singing and energy, and with lack of sleep, he still is his usual self. So that's how I perceive you.
Any negatives, though?
Just the whole putting the girls before everything else and not
Doesn't sound like a negative to me.
Or me. I still think you have to leave room in there. You can't just be like 100% baby focused.
Okay. Great. So how do you think you have changed?
So I definitely see Adam's point as far as me being more irritable. I don't know. I feel it and I see it and I know it's there, and I think it's something that I've lived with in my past as far as like when I'm exhausted and not getting sleep and kind of don't have necessarily a focus and a routine. I tend to get a little anxious about things, and my patience seems to run a little thin, and that has become a little more noticeable when the girls have arrived because I have not gotten much sleep and there is no set schedule and there's no like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and this. And only this gets done because the girls are, going back to what I was saying earlier, our priority. So all of that happens and then nothing else gets done. And it frustrates me and it gets me irritated that I can't do everything that I was doing before. Not that I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I thought there could be a better balance. And I think I'm having issues trying to figure out that balance. And I think every parent goes through that. And I think every parent finds a way to go around it and to make it work. And I believe I'm doing that. It's only 3 months in and I feel like I still have some more growth to do as far as that's concerned, but I definitely have seen that in a change for me. So the other thing that has changed for me since becoming a parent is my want to be good at everything. Good and successful at everything. I want to be able to be successful at my job. I want to be successful in, everything I do, just in general for the girls because I want everything for them. So when I'm not successful, again, that goes back to the irritable part, but I feel like my want for perfection has increased since becoming a father. Not that I've always had a drive before, but now I feel like because I don't have perfection, it's more apparent to me.
Rude. You have perfection?
Not in like relationship wise. I'm talking about everything else.
Well, the girls too.
Like family and relationship, like all of that is perfect and it's wonderful. But I feel like, money is not plentiful right now. And so I want that for our girls. And it just irritates me that I can't give them everything else. And because I'm a father now and I want to give that and I can't do that. Before I was like, oh, I'll totally get by. I'm totally fine. I'll live on ramen noodles and I don't care. But now that I have girls, I'm like, that is not an option. I cannot live off ramen noodles because I have 2 girls to take care of. So when money gets tight, it becomes a little more important. So I think that need for wanting everything in life is way more apparent to me than it ever has been in the past. That's a good thing because you're always striving to be your best and you're always striving to improve yourself and educate yourself. But I had that before, but now it's even more apparent. I feel it more.
I think I've always strived for perfection and I've always wanted everything to be perfect. I've always been a perfectionist, so I guess that change is not as apparent to me because that's what I'm used to. But okay,
fair enough. But how about you? How do you feel you changed?
Becoming a parent has boosted my level of responsibility and I've matured a little. And I always kind of, growing up, I kind of, in my head, gave my mom and dad slack. Mostly my mom, I think, some slack about being so overprotective to the point where I almost considered it like smothering or something. But now I get it because I'm so overprotective of the girls and I can't help myself because even when we have guests come over, friends come over, hanging out with us, if they have kids with them, then I'll just be like eyes of a hawk on the child at all times because I don't know if they're gonna disturb my daughters or I'm just always cautious of my girls and I'm very aware of everything that's happening with them, and so I'm just like, Yeah, so I already know that I'm very overprotective of the girls, and I can see that not changing as they get older. But
it's funny because everyone thought it would be swapped, and that I would be the extremely overprotected, and he would be more of the lax, like, okay, whatever, go run in the street. But I see that. I agree with that, but I also think that we need to break that a little because the girls will never learn from their mistakes if we're constantly hovering over them, allowing them not to make the mistakes. I feel like that's how I grew up, and I got my common sense, and how I got all that was because I wasn't looked after 100% of the time. Like, I was allowed to make mistakes and allowed to walk into the street and almost get hit by a car. Not that I ever did, and then pulled back and been like, whoo, okay, never do that again. Like, those are the kind of things that mold us and make us who we are, is letting us learn from, like, life's curveballs and things that they throw at us.
And I think that's the difference, because I grew up a very sheltered life, and I was protected basically my whole life. Like, I had a stay-at-home mom, and I always had a parent with me, and I didn't go out, really. They always needed to know where I was, like, all that stuff. So, yeah, so it's interesting, because even our parents parented differently, and so, like, that then it's going into us, and we're parenting slightly differently. Not that it's, like, creating a separation or, like, combativeness or anything, but it's just interesting to see different type of parenting roles. Something else of becoming a parent, I talked to several other parents like years ago. One of my good friends, and it was someone I had always looked up to as a parent because their child was just amazing, but she had told me, oh, if you want to do music, then like do that now before kids come along, because once they come along, and she told me her story of how she was an artist and she had her child, and then she kind of lost sight of being an artist and was like turned into mom like 24/7 and never was able to get back to being an artist. And so I guess in my head, before becoming a parent, I always had it set in my head that I wouldn't allow becoming a parent, one, change my personality, and two, force me to give up my dreams, because I wouldn't want my kids to think that they're the reason I'm giving up on my dreams. I think there's a way to do it, that you can be a parent and still work at achieving your dreams. So that was something before becoming a parent I always just like wanted to make sure didn't happen to me, is like me losing sight of my dreams. And so, and a lot of parents I know, I don't know, they feel so serious, and I guess I had it in my head before becoming a parent that once you become a parent, you like all of a sudden aren't fun anymore, and you like lose part of your personality because you are a parent, and that's like what you have to be at all times. So I think before becoming a parent, I always told myself that I can't let becoming a parent change my personality. I didn't want to become unfun, or I don't know, because I know I have quite a lot of personality to work with, and I think I'm fun, and so I never wanted to lose that. And so I guess by you saying I haven't really changed at all, that makes me happy, because that's something I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose myself becoming a parent. That's mostly how I feel like I've changed. Just becoming more overprotective and becoming a little bit more responsible. But yeah, so that's probably how I feel like I've changed. So.
Well, with that, do you feel, because I know that somebody out there is asking this, how it has affected our relationship since becoming parents. Do you think it's changed our relationship?
Honestly, I think a little, and it's just because any time that we would have like focused on each other is now kind of like cut in half, and now we're focusing on the girls. And then it kind of goes into two different fields when we focus on the girls, because we'll be focusing on the girls and witnessing the other person as a parent, and we love seeing the other person as a parent, but then it's also taking away the focus of each other and putting on the girls. So there's like two hands that go into that. And I'll tell you one thing that's changed is with the girls, it's hard sometimes for me to find time to because this goes into what you said earlier about, like, taking time for myself. Sometimes I find it hard to just bathe. Because,
Yeah,
like,
I did not think you were going to go there.
No?
But yeah, I completely
but, like, because I'm,
understand.
like, in so, like,
taking care of
Addison
yourself.
and Everest mode that I'll just, like, forget to take care of myself. So I get that. And then by me not taking care of myself, Eric will keep, like, a 20-foot distance between us at all times because he doesn't want to offend his nostrils or his eyes or something. So there's that. I think it happens with every parent. Like, you forget to do things for yourself because you're so focused on your kids and you want the best for them. And so it's like, sometimes you forget to... I've forgotten to eat a meal.
I was just about to say that.
So it's like...
Especially the first month. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That first month, I remember just going the whole day and going, oh my God, I did not eat. Like,
Yeah.
well, I did not eat. So I remember other parents saying that if you go to visit a new parent, make sure you bring them food. Like, I realized what that meant that first month. I was like, oh yeah, because you are so involved with your baby or babies that you just... It just falls by the wayside because you're so focused on them eating.
Yeah, and it's like some of the most, like, basic stuff that we do for ourselves, like taking a shower or eating a meal is, like, the things that we forget now that we're parents.
Clipping your fingernails.
Yeah.
Like, I looked down one day and I was like, oh, seriously? My nails are so long.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, that's how we feel we have changed since becoming parents. And I don't think it's bad. Were you expecting it to be worse, what I was going to say about you?
no.
Oh, okay.
I knew what you were going to say.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about that, so it's not something new that
Okay.
I wasn't surprised. I was nodding my head. I was like, yep, that's true.
And because our girls, Addison and Everest, couldn't join us today because they're sleeping right now, here is some footage of them being absolutely perfect and beautiful and adorable.
Hey guys, it's me, Everest, and I'm here with my sister, Addison. Aren't we adorable? Addison's pretty obsessed with her dress that she's wearing. Fun fact, these two dresses are the first articles of clothing Dad E and Dad A got us, and we love them so much. So we're over 3 months old now. Getting older, yeah. Addison, what do you think?
I just like my flowers on my dress. They're really pretty. I like to touch all the flowers. They're so beautiful. There's purple ones.
That's nice, Addison. My hand is delicious.
It's like a popsicle or a lollipop or just something delicious.
So we're gonna go now. It's time for us to eat some food, yeah. And we're gonna let our dads finish up this video. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us on today's McBaby Monday. And remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and tell all your family and friends. And we will see you soon. 3,